morning, everyone. I am Kitmini Gunawardana, Digital Learning Specialist of Edu Tech Private Limited. Edu Tech is the Sri Lanka's oldest and largest LMS developing company and also Sri Lanka's first certified Moodle partner. In today's webinar, we will discuss the best practices of LMS management for governing bodies. In here, we are going to discuss the non-functional objectives and requirements for government bodies. Unlike private organizations, these entities are often incorporated by an act of parliament. Therefore, their training and development programs must adhere to specific guidelines that extend beyond just functional needs. In today's discussion, we will cover key aspects like backups, updates, performance monitoring, log files, and security checks. Backups are crucial for disaster recovery, as you already know. Regarding updates, we have seen an increase in hacking incidents and unauthorized fund transfers in Sri Lanka. However, our primary concern is the potential compromise of student information and system integrity. I think of log files as a sort of CCTV system. While often overlooked, they are essential during audits to understand exactly what happened within the system. We will discuss this in more detail later. Finally, let us talk about security checks. Security is no longer just an optional add-on. It's a mandatory requirement. We will explore these topics in depth as we go along. Let us discuss backups now. You might be familiar with the 3-2-1 rule, a straightforward guideline for effective data protection. The one signifies that one backup must be stored off-site, completely separate from your physical premises. The second emphasizes the importance of having at least 2 copies of your backups, especially for critical data like student assignments. Finally, the 3 recommends maintaining 3 different versions of your backups, which could range from simple cost specific backups to comprehensive full system backups. Bhanuka will provide a demonstration of this shortly. Remember, backups are only useful if they can be successfully restored. If a restoration process takes 8 hours, it's vital to identify and address any potential issues before a system crash occurs. Next, I will invite Bhanuka for a brief 2-minute screen sharing demonstration. Afterwards, the discussion will return to you and we will proceed to the next slide.
There are lots of ways where we can take backups within the system. Let me show you how we can take backups. Of course, backups, when you considering the backups, you can take course backups and also site backups as well. There are lots of settings, so I'm going to summarize you what are the backup features, backup functions available within learning management system. As you can see, you can get a backups of the logs, and in addition to that you can customize the backup settings, like for example whether you want to include the users, whether you want to anonymize information, role assignments, activities, blocks, and so many things you can customize it. It depends. These are known as course backups. You can backup courses as well, and it is very easy. You just backup, you get a zip file, more like a account file, and then you can move it to a different learning management system. You can use it for backup in case something goes wrong, and in addition to that there are import defaults as well, backup import defaults. You can customize the settings as well, and in addition to that there is automated backup setup. You can enable automated backups, and you can schedule them, and with the help of cron job, which is uh, running within the server. It's more like a scheduled task, automated task within the server. You can use cron jobs to activate backups, automated backup, and you can decide the storage area for the backup, and you can use external storage areas as well for that. Yes, it is so simple and straightforward. You can see automated backup settings as well, and in addition to that, restore defaults are also there. If you, after you take a backup, you need to restore them, right? So the restore settings are also available in Moodle Learning Management System, and backups can happen asynchronous. Now, for example, when you are doing a backup, you don't actually need to wait until this backup is completed. It will happen in the background while you are doing the work in learning management system. The backups will happen in the background. It will, so that you will not be disturbed. You will not waste your time until the backups are completed. Like that, you can check these settings. In addition to that, you can check these options. There are so many options. Even you can check what are the available backups. Let us just check this one, or backups. You can see it's more like a report. You can see the available backups here, and let me go back. Backups. When you see backups, automated backups are not done. So when you are doing automated backup, you see it will be listed here. That's not a problem. Anyway, that's how you can take backups. That's how you can manage backup from the learning management system. It's a very big process, but this is the summary I have shown you at the moment. Thank you.
Did you know that 90% of Moodle security breaches stem from outdated plugins? To mitigate this risk, we should adopt the principle of small often over big later. This means performing minor version updates every 2 weeks rather than waiting a year to perform a massive update, which often leads to complications. By subscribing to Moodle alerts, you will stay informed about necessary updates. Bhanuka will now conduct a technical demonstration covering updates for Moodle plugins, templates, MySQL, PHP, and operating system. Over to you, Banu.
Yes, of course. Moodle is a learning management system that is continuously getting upgraded, getting developed by the community, worldwide community. Moodle versions get upgraded every 6 months. There are minor versions, major versions have been released, and they are released periodically. And the Moodle headquarters, Moodle organizations strongly uh, recommends us to update our Moodle version. Now, not only Moodle version, even the plugins also have to be updated. You see, it's easy. Plugin updates, on the other hand, is very easy. You are logged in as a site administrator. I go to plugins. You can see the plugins overview. When you click on this plugins overview, you can see there are couple of updates. You can see they ask for updates. There is a new version. That means you must download and you must install this update. You can check it easily. By clicking on these available updates, you can see the plugins that require updates, that should be updated. There are available updates and these should be applied, and this will give you some benefits, lots of benefits. In addition to new features, it will help you protect your learning management system. It will protect your system from unexpected attacks, unexpected logins. So this is highly recommended. And in addition to that, if you want to check learning management system version, now we know plugins versions, we know how to update them. Now how about the server, how to protect the server and Moodle learning management system, how do you check the versions of those. It's simple. You don't need to go into the server. You can check it from the Moodle learning management system. Of course, you go to the server, you click on server tab, and then you will see in the server, you can see this environment. Click on that, and then you can see the details listed in a clean, concise way. You can see the Moodle version is 4.1.2. Now this is required, but you are running 4.5. That is the actual version. This is the actual version, and you can see Moodle's latest version is 5.2. By the time we are editing this, we are recording this video. Yes, of course, this should be upgraded, but that's not a problem since this is a test system. We are not urgent enough to do it, but for the productive system, for the new true production system, it must be updated. All right, and you can see the database versions and PSP versions. Okay, now if you want to check whether this server, my server, especially can support the latest Moodle versions, how can I check that? It's simple. You can click on this drop down menu. You can see 5.1 upwards. Click on that. That's the latest version. And you can see there are some settings that we need to set from our side. We can change this. This is simple. And then there is PSP Moodle versions. 4.2.3 is required, and we are running 4.5. That's not a problem. And you can see PSP version 8.2 is required. I'm using 8.3. Just like that, you can see in addition to that, there are PSP libraries listed here. They should be checked, and once everything is status is okay, once everything is green to go, you are okay to update your Moodle learning management system. We highly recommend updating the learning management system. Thank you.
Let us discuss performance. A slow LMS is essentially a dead LMS. In the past, Moodle was primarily used to share PowerPoint presentations, but today its role has expanded significantly. It's now used for exams, communication, attendance, and much more. Therefore, optimizing the CPU, RAM, and database is essential for maintaining performance. While students may not complain about 90% CPU utilization, they certainly notice when the LMS is low. It's important to stay alert to these issues before they become noticeable. Establishing specific matrices such as a page loading time of less than 3 seconds can help. Barnuka will now demonstrate how to monitor performance.
Yes, performance monitoring is a must do for a Moodle learning management system. You see, a Moodle learning management system should be tested against the speed, stability, and scalability under a variety of load conditions. Now, how can we do that? Yes, we can go to site administration, development, and there is a section called make JMeter test plan. Now you see JMeter is a Java application which can be installed on your laptop or within the server, and with the use of JMeter you can test how the systems run. You can generate the load testing, you can test them, and it will return the reports, the summary, whether the server is okay to run, whether the server can handle this amount of load. Yes, it is possible. Now let me check here. It says make JMeter test plan, and you can see the size of course. It says large, L means large, and then small, medium, and it has different parameters. For example, 30 users, 100 users, 1000 users, it depends on your users. Now suppose if you have around 200 users, maybe 100 users. Let's take 100 users possibly. You can select on this option, and then if you have already made a course, you can check one of these courses. If there's a course that you are hoping to have a quiz or maybe some kind of assignment possibly, you can check it from here. Click one of them, and then you can create the test plan. This test plan is more like an editable file. It's like a file. Of course, this file is editable. You can now you have set 100 users. Now suppose if you want to change it to 150 users, you can change it, and also you can change the amount of loops and the ramp up period. And you don't need to overthink about these things. Let the system handle itself and deliver you the results. The results itself will give you a clear idea whether the system is okay, whether the system can handle the load, whether the system is ready for a live exam. This, these details are very helpful before you can decide whether we keep on this server or maybe upgrade to a later better version of a server. Also, if you want to check the Moodle Learning Management System's current performance settings, it is simple. All you have to do is go to Development, just leave it, and then you can see, so we must go to Server, and then you can see Performance. Click on that, and you will see some details here, whether you want to increase the memory. At the moment it is set to 512. You can increase the memory and the maximum time limit, cache. Yes, you can upgrade them, increase the values if you want. And let's go to reports. You can see the performance overview. In the performance overview, you can see it's more like a report whether this team is okay. You can see some settings are okay, and there are some issues you need to fix. You must fix these issues before moving on to a production system. And you can see this the warning, it said debug. That's alright, you can turn it off before the exam. This is like that. Moodle already has reporting tools to inform you whether the performance is running in a correct manner. Thank you.
Log files are like your system's CCTV. They record everything that has happened and is currently occurring. For instance, if something breaks at 2 a.m., the log file is the only witness you have. It provides detailed information on failed logins, errors, and cron failures, and more. It's a good practice to copy your log files to another location, such as Google Drive, and then export them to Excel for analysis. Barnacle will now provide a demonstration of this.
Here I am going to show you how we can check the logs from Moodle Learning Management System. I have logged in as an administrator, then I go to reports, and under reports there are two sections, logs and live logs. Let me check logs. In the logs you can see all the activities, all the logins that has been recorded within Moodle Learning Management System since the beginning. Of course, since Moodle was implemented, it will start collecting logs. Let me click on this button, and then you will see the logs that have been saved. You can see all the details have been recorded, and of course in the bottom you can see there's an option for you to download these logs as well. It's very easy. And the other option is live logs, which collects the logs at the moment in the last 60 seconds. You can see the live logs from the past hour. It updates every 60 seconds. So you can see I had checked the log file and it has been recorded in the live logs. These live logs can be saved in the logs, which we saw in the previous one. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who joined today's webinar. If you have any questions regarding the topics discussed today, you can post them in our WhatsApp group. You can also connect with us through our social media platforms. Wishing you all a wonderful day. Thank you. Goodbye.